just stories in the dark. Static crackles, a voice leaves a mark. Step closer, the truth's not far. Monsters awaken where nightmares are. Late night tuning in again. A voice calls out from deep within. Every tale crawls beneath my skin. The hunt begins, let the screams begin. Monsters unleashed, no turning back. They walk in echoes, they paint the black. From shadowed woods to basement doors, they live in tales and something more. Clicking claws in the hallway crawl. Footsteps where there should be none at all. Breath on glass, but you're alone. Or are you just
Well, welcome everybody to the greatest second show on earth. And I'll tell you what, Monsters Unleash. What a place to be on a nice night after Halloween, brothers. Let me tell you, this is the place to be. And that's where Rockin' Randy is with some great friends tonight. And I believe Michael Webb's out there snooping or creeping around. There's my buddy. He's in everybody's town. Get on the TV and watch Michael Webb.
Thank you, Randy.
Monsters Unleashed, brother.
Damn right, brother. Yeah, we got a good show tonight. We got some great people in here. Let's go ahead and bring out our normal cast here, and
All right.
we'll introduce our guest here. Say, welcome, Trisha Collins. How are you?
Hey, Trish.
Hey, Randy.
And then we have James and Leslie here. Well, we have James. Anyways, hey James, how's it going, brother? It's
all right. We're good. So we Leslie's in the living room watching the Tennessee game, and I'm in the bedroom leaning over so I can keep up with the game also. She'll probably step in during halftime. Go Vols.
Oh, okay.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
And then we have Miss Donna Copas here. Lovely Donna. How are you, Donna?
Doing good. Hello, everybody.
Doing real good.
Miss
And
Donna.
And
I think we should sing her that song. Oh, Donna.
Oh, God.
Donna. I had a girl up in Ohio. Donna was her name. Go ahead. Go on with the show.
Oh God, there goes our ratings.
Hey, I just raised you 10 points for that song.
And now it's time for our special guests. We have some special guests here tonight. We had Night Vision Paranormal joining in with us, and awesome.
Mark's upside down.
That's normal for Mark. That's normal. Yeah. That's normal. They're great people.
They are.
They Mark, he was basically our guide when we were in the LBL. So great people. We got to do a night investigation with them, their whole crew, and it was awesome. So let's go ahead and bring them out.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
It's going good. How are you?
Mark, you're never going to get to live. Oh, now, look. His stuff worked perfect in the green room, and now we can't hear him.
What?
Can you hear us, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Now we can hear him.
Okay.
Hearing.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you there. You glitched for a minute.
Yeah, I'll be joining you
yeah, he's glitching out again. There's something going on.
He's got
Won't be long upside down.
That's called
Yeah, he'll be upside down,
brother.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of like an inside joke. Like Mark was hanging upside down like a bat in our last video when he was on here.
Yeah,
that's why I stuck you upside down in that photo, Mark.
I got you.
I mean, you'll never get to live it down.
Yeah.
But we got some interesting stuff going on tonight. We're going to talk a little bit, and next week is our night visit video. So we got that coming up for next week, where we went in and spent some time in the Downs 2 Cemetery, and we had some really, really good stuff going on.
Yes, we did.
And yeah, we were talking about it last night on the show last night some too. So we had a little Halloween show. So, people are watching right now in the chat. Actually, I forgot about the chat. Oh, let's see here. We got, let's see. Oh, okay. And we got Miss Jill. She's watching from the living room.
That's right.
Great intro video. I wonder who made that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I was going to say, Billy, that video, that's stepping up the game there, brother.
Well, you got to give her the credit for the video. So,
yeah, Jill, you did an amazing job on it. You really did.
That's above my pay grade.
So the reason we brought Mark on here tonight was we was going to talk about like Trisha was going down the rabbit hole today, and she was really going down the rabbit hole. She's texting me. She's blowing my phone up. Dad, look, I just found this video. I'm watching this. It's blowing my mind. I can't. And it was on. Evidently, there were two boys that got lost or reported missing there in the LBL, and there was a park ranger that went in, and then the park ranger was disappeared, and allegedly they called in the special forces out of Fort Campbell, went in there, and Mark was telling us about this. Mark, if you tell us what you know. And then we'll go in. We have a video. It's kind of lengthy, but we'll probably not watch it all. But we will watch some of the video. And it's from another YouTube channel. But it was pretty interesting. But
all right. Well, we discussed that when we were together at the LBL, and as we were driving back north, I pointed out the road that this supposedly happened on. And I had previously been out there. I located the road, I located the cemetery, and there was allegedly a cave there and a spring that was all included in that story that was put out. So I think I located the spring, but I never did locate the cave. And so that's kind of an ongoing investigation. But supposedly the Dogman was inside the cave and attacked the teenagers and the park ranger, and special forces encountered it and engaged it. So that's the story. We're still trying to find the cave. Supposedly evidence was found there years after the fact that corroborated the story. I haven't seen any of that personally, but again, I'm still looking. That's what we do.
yeah, it sure is. Well, Trish and I were talking about this, and I'm coming back in sometime, probably mid-January. Gonna wait till after rifle season's over and stuff like that. I don't want to interrupt the hunters while they're in there and everything. I don't like when people walk in on me and I'm hunting. But so if you want, we'll gather up and use all of our resources, and we'll go in there and see if we can't locate that cave if you want to.
Anytime, know where I'm at.
I mean, if they've got a video out there and they're talking about it, then it'd be nice to find the cave and try to put a few more pieces of it together. There went Billy again.
I mean, the video was, really detailed, but there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of questions left unanswered from it, and the only way you're going to answer this question is just go back in there and look for yourself. So
okay, well, you know what? What I can do is we can go ahead and watch some of the video, and like I said, it's kind of long, so we'll watch some of it, and then we'll pause it and we'll talk about it and see how it goes from there. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today, I have some very horrifying information to share with you out of the state of Tennessee, Stewart County to be exact, which is the lower section of the LBL. Before we get into it, a couple links. As many of you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal channel membership, and to the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon, PayPal, and channel membership is in the description below. Merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support the channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It doesn't cost a cent. Click that like button, takes half a second. If you don't want to miss out on any of the informative uploads I put out daily, click that bell icon, and folks, please leave a comment. Why? Well, because these things really do help the channel to continue to grow and go. And folks, they really do matter. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time.
Now his
Let's
video
jump
link
in
will be in
to
our
today's
description
upload.
too after the
Shall
show's
we?
over.
All right, folks. So today's upload is centered around the southern part of Land Between the Lakes, which would be Stewart County, Tennessee. The gentleman that reached out to me was inspired because he had heard the experience that I shared about 2 months ago that came out of the Cherokee National Forest in Tennessee about the park rangers who had found that 6-year-old little girl, deceased 2-year-old brother and mom savagely attacked. Luckily, the brother, 2-year-old, and mom had made it. The 6-year-old did not, unfortunately. And the thing that caught him was when the wife reached out to me of this park ranger. She had talked about her husband being in the 7th Special Force Group. And that really pushed this gentleman to want to reach out. So I've had his email. Like I said, I'm still trying to play catch up with my emails, and I have him in my star box. So I go through today's emails and I reach out to him. We start talking a little bit, and he said, that experience really inspired me to want to share. One, that I live still currently in the location or around the location that this happened. And two, that I was in the Special Forces as well. I was in the 5th Special Force Group stationed out of Fort Campbell. And during his time in that area, he fell in love with the area. He's not initially from that part of the country. He's more from out west, but he fell in love with just the rich forested areas of Tennessee and Kentucky region. He just fell in love with the area. So he still lives there. He still hunts the LBL today. And he said this, I think it's funny that from all the people that talk about the LBL, there's only been about 4 or 5 people that I've ever heard mention the different hunting zones in the LBL. Nobody ever talks about that. I have. I believe he said that How to Hunt has, and a couple other, not Dogman or cryptid related, but he's heard a few other people talk about there's 16 different hunting zones. And where this actually occurred, this occurred in hunting area 15, which is smack dab Stewart County, Tennessee. And there's a rural route, Route 222, that is there. It's a very strange road. He had me Google map it while we were talking, and I was like, this is really weird, dude. Like, this is the Route 222, and it's just this tiny little road that goes kind of nowhere. And he said, yeah, exactly. So they had been the year's 1992. There was 2 16-year-old boys, or teenage boys, that had gone missing, and apparently a ranger had gone missing as well, looking for these 2 16-year-old boys. They were getting ready to...
We're watching a video.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
I was telling
say-
Leslie we were watching a video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's school time.
at this time, and for Operation Restore Hope and United Shield. They did end up deploying after this, so which was interesting too because they dealt with this, and then 2 weeks later they're in Somalia, which total geographic difference, you know. They get a briefing from their captain stating that we have to go here. Apparently, there's a park ranger who is missing and two 16-year-old boys. They both had not been seen for 4 or 5 days. The park ranger, too. They felt this was very strange that they are getting called out to go to this area to look for a park ranger and two teenage boys. Why wouldn't more park rangers go out? Why wouldn't the state police go out? Why wouldn't the sheriffs go out? This came directly from the higher ups, apparently. And their second in command, who he's still good friends with to this day, was Special Forces warrant officer, said to him, you know, between you and I, during our debriefing, we heard that the park ranger is our main goal, to find him first, and then to possibly help find the young men. But for some reason, he is the mission. We are going to have live ammo, and we are told that we can fire if we feel like we are in danger. And he kind of wonders, like, what the hell are we in danger of? You know, there's what's out there. And he had been told that just think Bigfoot, but more dangerous. And he kind of,
Wow.
really? Bigfoot? Was his exact reply to his second in command. And he said, no, more dangerous. I just said, think along that lines. This is 92. Nobody's talking about Dogman. The internet's not even a thing yet. You know, it's just going into the unknown. They end up gearing up and heading out. They get to Route 222 and they get another briefing from the captain and the second and third in command. There's 12 Green Berets. An operational detachment Alpha is what they are called. And they are told, main objective, park ranger. After we find the park ranger, if we have time, we will help find those two young boys. If we are in danger, or anyone of our team is in danger, and you see an enemy or a combatant, whatever it is, you have permission to take it out. Take whatever it is out. It was almost like the captain didn't know. He got almost like a brief kind of explanation as well. And come to find out, he didn't know what they were up against. He was told Bigfoot, but worse, from his higher ups.
All right, let me pause it right here. I got a question. James, okay?
Yeah.
You got deployed out around this time too. You're in the Marines,
Yeah,
correct?
2010.
And let me ask you, mission debriefing. Well, a mission briefing, when you first go in for a mission, is this something normal? Do you think this is something normal that they would have told these guys?
I mean, obviously, there's going to be mission briefing, and they vary what the mission is. So there's probably, some plausible deniability into that. But in that scenario, I was the head guy giving the briefing to guys that I'm about to send out into the woods to where there may be a Dogman at. I would tell them, do what you got to do to come back out of there. Now, obviously, I never heard of anything like that while I was in the military, but that just goes back into, they say, the government cover up and all of that. But
right,
and it's easier to keep less people know about it. Just a team that was sent there, like other people in their unit might not have even known about it. They might have just been like, well, where did they go? Well, they went somewhere for a little bit of training. They come back. Hopefully they all come back.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I find
pass it off as a training accident.
I find it kind of weird and stuff like that. I mean, like if it's special forces and stuff, a lot of these guys have security clearances and stuff like that, and they probably
top. There's two different types. You have like your regular security, and then you have your top security clearance. So these guys had top security clearance. So that's what I find it weird, because I've heard stories like a lot of these guys that are going on missions, they don't know what the mission is until they're going in. So
I just find it weird how he's explaining that this guy told him about the briefing on the mission and stuff like that. I mean, I feel that if they were special forces and they were sending them in, they'd have gave them a little bit more heads up on actually what they were looking for. But I mean, they did say think Bigfoot, but only more dangerous. But I mean, if they knew it was along that line,
yeah,
they probably knew what they were talking about. They could have said werewolf.
Some of the guys went in. Yeah, and a lot of people, when they hear werewolf, are just like, whatever. They're not automatically. They just go to no.
Well, I could see maybe he didn't want them shit in pants before they went in there.
Possibly. Now those guys are normally like, I don't want to say alphas, but the we'll call them. They're like the guys in the group that if something happens, you want them around, to where so they should take care of themselves. But at the same time, a lot of people out there are like, they hear werewolf, they don't want to believe, but they might be more likely to be like, oh, a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch. Sounds weird, but would be more likely to believe in a Bigfoot than they would in a werewolf / Dogman.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. So, Mark, you were a police officer and deputy sheriff and all that stuff. What do you think? What do you think about it?
Well, I was on our SWAT team in Paducah, so we would definitely get a briefing, known hazards, and a rescue plan. If it all goes to heck, we would call avalanche, which means that everybody gets out now and gets back to the rally point. So as much information as you could possibly get to the operators that are going in, whether it be civilian force or special forces group, hazards, and the actions that you are allowed to take like that. So it seems plausible. We just need more information as to the veracity of all this.
Yeah.
So far, yes.
Yeah, they're trying to get. They're sending them in blind. I don't know, but it is the United States military we're dealing with here. Yes, Randy.
If you feel that you're in danger, stop
Yeah.
the threat is what they're telling them, which is what we tell our people to do. Stop the threat.
What was it, Randy?
As you know, on the NCI show Tuesday night, you were there, and then Thursday night, in Russia during World War II, the Finns and Russians were fighting each other, and the townspeople kept telling the Russians not to go up on this hill. 1,100 soldiers were killed, throats cut, stuck in the ground upside down, body parts everywhere. Never one bullet was fired, and they claimed that those were werewolves that killed 1,100 soldiers. You saw the videos, all documented from World War II, and is our government this stupid? They don't know about this, what happened over in Finland or stuff? Because one werewolf could probably kill, 15, 20 people in a run. To send 7 guys up. These things are so fast. The report was they didn't see it coming. Not one shot was fired. Wrong or right, Michael?
Well, now there's 2 videos to that, and like the first video says that they heard the battle, that the Finland soldiers heard the battle up on the mountain. We played this. Now, chat. If you go back to last night's the Halloween special video, I played this video on the channel last night, and it's really crazy. I suggest you go back and watch it after this show if you have time. But let's go ahead and continue with this video a little bit more. This guy is really slow speaking and stuff, so it drags out a little bit here. So
yeah, a little long-winded he is.
Yeah, let's just bear with us.
So they get to this route 222, and they get out of their vehicles and start right immediately going a little more southeast into the woods. They are told that this park ranger, he had last checked in an area where there are some caves, like a cave system that doesn't go into a wall, but kind of sits on the ground, like a chunk of rock with kind of these caves that you would crawl into if you're going to go spelunking. Big enough for humans to go into as well. They get to the area, and they, at this point, see that there is evidence of this park ranger being there. And they don't know if there's clear evidence of the boys being with him, but there is some boot tracks. It appears to be there had been a scuffle or something there because of the way the dirt is kicked around and such. A few of them go into a couple of these cave openings and look around to know anything, and they push on a little further. They follow kind of like what looks like a game trail to them. And of course, he is a hunter and has been, he grew up hunting with his dad. So he's fairly secure with what, they're doing right now. They start to talk a little bit about the mission amongst themselves, a couple of them in the back, and the third in command is in the way back and kind of just says, no more talking, it's dead ass quiet here. And they think that he's telling us to shut up, so they do, but he says, no, do you agree? It's dead ass quiet here. And they realize at this point that the woods have gone completely silent. They can hear themselves walking, crunching of the leaves, crunching of the sticks, that on this game trail, but there is no other kind of natural noise being produced. He then tells the guys in front of him quietly, tell the captain and the second in charge to stop for a second. Let's get our bearings. I want to see if they're aware that the woods are completely silent. There's something out here with us, and it is close. They stop and they kind of stand in a diamond formation, keeping an eye on the area at all sides, while the three in command discuss what is the objective and where they are going to go from there. As these guys are talking and the other Green Beret are standing silently and keeping an eye out into the silent woods, they hear a kind of help, like a help me. Is anyone out there? I thought I just heard somebody a few minutes ago. Help, help, help. And they all look at their command and they look to where the noise is coming from. They then are told, 6, stay right here, watch our ass. 6 will go ahead and try to locate this, if it is the park ranger or if it's the kids. Let's go. We'll push on. The 6 stay behind, with the 3rd in command being in charge of these other 5 soldiers, Green Beret. The other 6 have gone forward, and the sergeant is now talking. He's the one that said, hey, it's dead ass quiet. And he's like, wasn't that weird how I told everyone to, that it's quiet? We stop, and then we hear someone yelling. There wasn't too much noise at, how the hell did this guy even hear us that we were out here? And they hear gunshots up ahead where these other 6 had gone ahead. They get on the radio, we need assistance ASAP, get up here. We are not too far off from you. There's something in the trees. There's something in the trees, and it's not shooting at us. So they push on and they get to the area. They immediately identify, hey, we are coming into, do not shoot, yada, yada, the protocol. And the first thing he sees and he remembers is, holy shit, there's the park ranger with our other 6 guys. All right, mission's done. The park rangers can go, but what the hell were these guys shooting at? And as he's thinking this, he is looking around like, as you're walking into a new area in the woods, you kind of look around to familiarize yourself with it. And he sees something kind of go from tree to tree, and not like a chimpanzee would or an orangutan, how it would hold the tree and kind of sway to this thing jumped like 20 feet, 15 feet, hit the top of the tree, jumped, and it kept kind of going in this weird pattern. They then all immediately aim their rifles up and wait for the command to shoot. This thing starts heading more kind of northeast away from them, and they realize that everything has kind of picked up. Once this thing was out of visual sight, the sounds have kind of picked up a little bit, not to the extent where it was at when they first got out of their vehicles, but the sound was back. So they end up kind of not really interrogating the park ranger, but what the hell was that thing? Have you seen the boys, the teenagers? We were here sent to find you. If you've seen the teenage boys, let us know. Where's your radio? Where's this? Where's that? Where's your pack? Because he's in a kind of, he looks beat up. He was just ragged clothes, ragged hiking shorts. The ranger hiking shorts are muddy, dirty. He doesn't have his button-up shirt. He's got a t-shirt that would be underneath his button-up that is ripped from probably running through the woods. He just looks, he's dirty, he's sweaty.
Okay. The problem, guys, that I have with this, I'm sitting here and it's just not rubbing me right. To me, it's like artistic interpretation. How he's sitting here and he's going through on this paper, he's got a script there. To me, it sounds to me like he's reading me a movie script. It really does.
Feel the same way.
I mean,
he's too far into detail.
Yeah, he's too far into detail for me. I mean, I understand if it was the person sitting there telling the story that was actually there and they remember that much, because we hear so many stories with what we do. Everybody's got their story, of their encounters and so on and so forth. But he's sitting there, it's like he's reading a script and it's too good to be. I mean, he's talking about the kind of the shirt and what they're saying on the radio and stuff like that. And that's just something that wouldn't be, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe him, but
my thought with that is,
go ahead, James.
Is if the ranger lost his outer shirt. Oh, okay, we've seen rangers. They got the little button-up shirts. Most likely they do have some kind of t-shirt on underneath there. As he said yet how long the ranger was supposedly missing before the soldiers came in? Like, I mean, how did the ranger go from being well-dressed, probably with a pack, all of his gear, to looking like he's been beat up and dragged through the woods for God knows how long and missing his clothes?
I believe he said at the beginning of the video it was a couple of days.
That's what I'm like.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Tricia.
James. Okay. So, and another thing is what kind of rubbed me is, all right, so you have these special forces. They're top secret. They're not allowed to talk about things like this, like ever, unless it's been declassified. Okay? There's no evidence of anything like this being declassified. And our government has a way to scan our phone calls, scan our emails. Even if you have a VPN, they can still find it. They can still track it. You can falsify your name all you want. If this actually happened, and you were using a fake name, they have a paper trail of those soldiers in that 5th group Alpha company or Alpha detachment, however you want to say it, that was on that mission. They can just pick them all out and go and find exactly who said this. So why would somebody risk that and can send all this information in an email? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, why? You're putting your life in danger for that. You're looking possibly court-martial for that. I mean, there's just a lot that could happen. So why would somebody email something so detailed like
It's
that.
way too much detail for the story. If someone was going to tell that story, they'd have shortened it up a whole lot. Hey, we're in the woods. You know, we were looking for the forest ranger. This monster came upon us. We know what the hell it was. We shot it. This guy's into detail to the guy's shirt, clothing, what he had on, what he wore. Like I said, I think
you know, like I said, the guy, I mean, he's got a lot of subscribers, and like I said, we're going to put his video link in the description of our video, and I give him full credit for his video because bless his heart, he's doing it. But we'll listen to a little bit more of it, and you know.
Well, I got one thing.
Go ahead.
Well before any soldiers would get notified of anything, first off, a single park ranger is not going to go in. As you said, I've got a background in law enforcement and search and rescue with the rescue squad, so I've been on all these kind of things. They're not going to send one park ranger in. They're going to send in multiple. And in the meantime, they're going to be getting the rescue squads from Stewart County, Tennessee, and probably Trigg County, Kentucky, to go in and be doing, first off, a hasty search, and then doing a controlled search with a command post set up, grid search if necessary, long before any soldiers are ever brought in.
that's right.
They knew this, whatever this creature is that's stalking them, was out there, and they didn't want to get more civilians involved. I think that's implausible. I really think the locals would have been out pounding the ground long before special forces come in.
Yeah, because they would have been notified. The two kids, when the notification went out that there were two teenage boys missing in there, it's like you said, there would have been more than one park ranger.
Absolutely.
I mean, he might have drove there, but he'd have been told, "Wait, we have a team coming in," you know, and because one person doesn't initiate a search grid.
Nope.
So
And-
I
and
mean,
then
that's
it brings
one
up
of the things I have.
And then it brings up a question like, it's just weird that their mission was only for the park ranger, not the missing children, but just for the park ranger. And everything that I like watched on the news when families go missing or kids go missing or a group of hikers go missing and people are being called in, they're looking for all of them, not just one of them. So why were they just, you know, it's just, I don't know. That's what makes me really on the fence, you know, about.
I'm not saying his story's not true. I'm not going to say it's not true because it very well could be, because you just never know when it comes to the government.
I think he's blowing smoke up our skirts. He's gotten five. He wants his 10 minutes of fame. I'll be honest with you. If he was on my show, I'd have played a 5 minutes of bullshit song for him because I'm not buying any of this.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing him or believing whoever, but
I mean, if he had some pictures, he had some proof. You know, it's like you guys. You were out the LBL. You went out. You come back with a story. You got pictures. You got proof. If you're a police officer, you know you ain't going in there. Your light comes on and says, I'm not going in there by myself. I don't give a shit who you are. And for this guy to say his park ranger was Barney Fife for the Lone Ranger running through the woods, nah.
Now, there might have been, I could see if there'd been a report and this park ranger was the first one in there or something, he might have drove through there just looking or something. We lost Billy again. We're going to put some super glue on Billy. Welcome back, Billy.
Hey, Bill.
I could see maybe him taking a quick run through there or something like that, see if he sees anything so he could tell the search team, well, I seen this here. Might want to start in this area or something, but not to go in on foot and or anything like. I just don't see it. I'm starting to smell a little bit of bullshit, but I don't know. Let's
little
wait
bit.
a little bit more.
Oh my God, the smell of it is so bad. My dog's howling.
We'll have a
I
fire.
got one more before you start playing.
Say what, Trisha?
I got one more thing to add, and it's kind of what Randy was saying about the pictures. Well, these guys, and James could probably tell you too, and I have a very close loved one that is serving. Most of these, or almost all of these missions, I'm going to say all of them, okay? These soldiers are not allowed to take their cell phones. When they go to the field, most of the time they can't have their cell phones. When they go overseas, most of the time they can't take their cell phones. So they probably didn't have a way to take photos during that time. I don't think they even existed on the time.
Trisha, in 1992, not a lot of people had cell phones. That was
No.
something only Hollywood people and
That's
stuff
what I'm
had.
saying. They didn't have like really any way to really take photos. So there's the photo proof. There's not going to be any photo proof of this.
Well-
but he wrote me the wrong way.
What park ranger is going to be in pair of shorts going through the woods?
I mean, I think that's part of it too.
They wear them. Trust me.
Yeah, they wear them.
Where I'm
Not
from in
through
West
the
Virginia,
woods like that, though.
And what time of the year was it? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if it was hunting season, they wouldn't have had a pair of shorts on for sure. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of what's the temperature there tonight, guys?
40.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where we're at, we're in the low
43 here
40s.
now, and this is hunting season. So if the two boys were in there hunting because they were talking about Area 15, and the boys in there hunting or whatever, then the park ranger shouldn't have been in shorts for sure.
No.
But let's watch a little bit more of the video and see if we keep getting bad stuff. Then we'll call it quits on the video and we'll talk about it. But I want to believe this guy. I really do.
I've got some land I want to sell you out here in the desert too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there is something to the story, but I believe this guy's rendition of it, there may be some problems, some flaws in his telling. So,
I think he's got one of George Lunsford's books and he's reading one of the stories out of it.
yeah. Well, this video right here was what? Let's see. When was this video put out?
I think a year ago.
Yeah, this video come out a year ago. And like, is that around the time you heard about it, Mark, or did you hear about it from another source?
No, it was about a year ago, and it was this video that I saw.
Okay. Oh, James Johnson here said that he had heard that there was two men from that team that went back in there and found the backpack and stuff like that. And I believe that's in this video.
That is in this video, yes.
Yeah. So we'll watch a little bit more of it, and if it keeps smelling this bad, we'll continue with another route.
So now they're like, what the hell was that? Where's your stuff? What's going on? Fill us in. We were told this. Our mission was to find you. Now help us move on and find these young men, or we're just going to go back and you guys can do it. The park ranger then starts to kind of spill the beans that he had gone out here to look for the young boys. And while he was out here, he had reached that cave section. He had sat down to get a drink from his canteen. And all of a sudden, something, as he's sitting on this kind of rock shelf, the cave is behind him. There's like 4 or 5 entrances at different vantage points. Something kind of grabs the back of his shirt and starts to pull him. And he's fighting with all his might, and the shirt rips. Not all the way off, it just rips. And he turns around and he sees what we know as a Dogman. The head is sticking out of the cave and it's staring straight at him with these fiery red eyes. The park ranger said, that's not the one that I saw, though. The one that I saw was a whitish gray with these just hell-firing eyes.
That's
But
how
that was dark brown and definitely not the same one that took my, ripped my shirt. I ended up running. He had his firearm on his pack setting there because he had taken it. He left everything.
Why don't you take your firearm off
And
of you and put it in your
when he
pack?
went back
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
an hour or so later, his pack was gone. It was like this dog man knew what everything was because he had taken his belt off and just sat. He was going to sit for a little bit. He had been out here
And shooting that thing from the backpack.
He was, familiar with the area, not 100%, but he felt comfortable enough to take his, everything off. Now, as he's relaxing, but that shows intelligence that this thing either took it into the cave system or took it in whatever. To the gentleman that I spoke to, he said it sounds like whatever tried to get him and pull him in the cave system pulled his shit in instead when it realized that it couldn't get him. And so once they get that detail, they are all kind of like, well, is it a wolf? And
if it pulled his backpack in, why didn't it go after him?
Since when do wolves jump tree to tree?
Blowing smoke up my dress.
That was a werewolf. And it was the best explanation they could have. The word Dogman wasn't in use at that point. And as you guys know, per Victor, werewolves don't have tails. This thing did. But they're just going off of their, young minds anyway. These guys are
werewolves don't have tails.
All right, guys, I apologize. I can't do it no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a crock full of a whole lot of.
No, look,
being
this
blunt.
is a prime example.
Exactly, crock full of shit.
Yeah.
This is a prime example of what we do. We're out there to find the truth on things, and like we're not going to sit here and we're not going to pump you full of falsehoods and fairy tales and stuff. If we don't think it's true, we're not going to bring it to you. You could have
stopped that 5 minutes after he started that story.
I should have, but I haven't watched it. This was the first time me watching the video. Trisha watched it. Mark's watched it. Billy, I don't know if you've watched it or not, because I know you're not really on the cryptid side of the things. You're on the spooky division.
And you guys listen to that whole story. You're not getting any gold stars on the refrigerator tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Well, the last thing I'm going to do is take my gun off in the woods. My gun does not come off.
No.
Yeah,
Neither would have that Rangers. Neither would that Ranger, because that Ranger is a police officer, and he does not disarm himself, especially in a scenario like that.
Now, Michael, Billy and Jill and I, when we were on our 4-night night vision paranormal camp out in LBL, we did go there. It would have been my second time to go there. The location is accurate. I've been told by a source locally that there is a cave there, and she has been there. We just did not find it yet. And of course, we all know of all the reports from all of LBL, Stewart County, Tennessee, Bumpus Mills, which is right in that same area. So the basis could be true, but there's so many things in that story just leaves me scratching my head that I just don't see happening.
Yeah, I believe that there is something to the story. I can't believe his rendition of it, and maybe he's just a really bad storyteller, But
he may be, and Mark knows from being a cop that a liar. I don't want to call him a liar, but we're not believing this. So say somebody that is trying to embellish a story. The easiest way that a lot of people find that do that, put in little bits of truth, a little bit of fact.
Well,
it was this hunting area, this cave. Now, granted, I've never seen a cave at LBL, but that don't mean they're not there. I just haven't seen one. I ain't walked.
It's called artistic interpretation, and that's what it's called. And there's they even talk about with the massacre, the alleged massacre there at the LBL, that the lady from the gas station that was telling what the police officers had told her. There's comments that said that her rendition of the thing was like a movie script, just like this guy here.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's called artistic
Yeah.
interpretation. So you add little bits and pieces to the story because you're trying to convince someone. And,
Well, yeah, that is true. It's like I could start out with Billy down here and tell him there was a 4-car pileup and a pink semi hit everybody. And Billy would go tell Mark, and Mark would go tell Trish. And before it gets back to Billy or get back to me, it was 47 cars. A lady turned over, a motorcycle jumped over the top of it, and all kinds of happy horse shit. But this guy's story is just, it's like he's adding something to the story to make it believable. You know, too much into detail when his shorts were ripped, his socks were dirty, you know. Just way too much.
There's more detail in there than he would have had.
We didn't let it get to the part, but he's very descriptive on what the two teenagers look like, how they had like lacerations in their back and they were bloody and all that. So that's like I was telling Mark before the show started. Like, I am on the fence of it. There's bits and pieces that I do think are true, but there's just too much detail for me to fully believe this story. And I really, I'm sticking to this. I find it hard to believe that somebody that had a signed contract with our government that is sworn top secret, unless it's declassified, but there's nothing been put out there, anything about the LBL that's been declassified. You know, my dad can prove that. He applied for records and everything, and they basically said everything's been destroyed. So I find it hard to believe this random guy that said he was special forces sent all this detailed description in an email, knowing the pressure he would be under, that they could come after him. VPNs don't matter with our government, and fake names don't matter with our government. The FBI is very good about tracking you with a VPN and a fake name.
So did this guy get the story from somebody? The guy was reading, he got the story from somebody?
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's like the guy. It's like the guy that's on. I'm going to bring this up, and y'all say what you want to say. Silver Springs, West Virginia, is the same story. Is the same story they tell at the LBL about the people and the little boy, the people being killed, and the girl being her body up in the tree, and the blood drips down on the sheriff's shoe, and they find him. Okay, that happened in Silver Springs, West Virginia. But that story is carried to the LBL. Now the story has gotten bigger. It wasn't just one; it was two. The guy was hiding underneath the Winnebago or the camper when everybody got massacred. He got away. I mean, there's something just wrong about the story.
Yep.
So we asked Night Vision Paranormal to come here tonight. We had another guest scheduled, and he had some problems. He was out of town, and he couldn't get back in time to get here. And we're hoping that we can get him back on in a few weeks. And Miss Donna going to have to put some orders in down there.
Yeah.
What was you going to say, Mark?
Well, two things. Martin Groves himself says, yes, there are caves in LBL.
Yeah, I believe there are. I've heard other stories of it.
Apps. He didn't disclose where they're at. I'm hoping to see him in person here quite shortly, and maybe he can give me some information. And the second thing I was going to say is that Monsters Unleashed and Night Vision Paranormal needs to get big enough so we can get the primary source on the show so we can ask him these questions and not be going through somebody else with embellishment or possible embellishment.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. So everybody watching, if you would, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, a thumbs up, and share it on your social media to help us grow. And the more subscribers, the more viewers we have on our shows, the more weight we can toss around in this area, and get those people that the primary sources, get them involved in our shows, so we're not having to go to someone else's YouTube channel. And I mean, we're getting it third, fourth in line here getting this information. And it's like Randy said, when the story's told And by the time it gets passed around, the story's this long, and the time it gets passed around, it's that long,
Good.
And but back on what I was saying, we asked Night Vision to be here. Next week we have our third day or our third night video is going to drop next week. I'm still working on it. We had a lot, man. We filmed the whole thing the whole time we were there, and there's just a lot. And I'm not going to punish everybody with that because there was some quiet times. But so I'm going to get to to the stuff. But I want to show a little video of that, a little sneak peek. It's only like 4.5 minutes, and but it's pretty good. So here we go.
I know those guys.
Are you still here? Thank you.
That's the one the sets went on. That's my son right there. That wasn't it.
Mad group. You're mad that we have a large group here?
Well, no, for being here.
Okay.
Well, we apologize. We don't mean to offend you. We're just here to study more about this and to find out if there's something else in these mountains.
Do you want us to leave?
Hey guys, I got a question real quick. Did anybody else hear that talking in that video?
Yeah.
Or was it somebody playing
like
something?
commercial.
No, I heard the talking in the video. Play it back.
I'm going to.
Mute everybody's microphones up.
Yeah. Just nobody say anything. Nobody play anything.
Do you want us to leave?
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah. Heard.
Did y'all hear that talking?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before you started talking, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have anything on, so I
That was a pretty good one.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Heard it too.
That was a pretty good one.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it was, Michael. If you're talking about
Yeah, that went up in.
probably me.
what do you think?
I think that's me talking in the background.
Okay.
I think I was talking to Jill, but there is something there. If that's not what you're talking about, I did think I hear a whisper, but it could just be a bug.
It could be. I heard it there a few times. I'm gonna back up again.
But if you're
I
talking
thought
about the deeper male voice, I'm 90% certain that's me.
To me, it sounded like a radio. Like a radio advertisement. I'm going to go back here again. I thought I heard it the first time when that spirit box was on top of that thing. There.
Group. You're mad that we have a large group here?
Well, no, for being here.
Okay.
Well, we apologize. We don't mean to offend you. We're just here to study more about this and to find out if there's something else in these mountains.
You hear it there?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
It's like a commercial.
Do you want us to
I
leave?
did hear it.
somebody in our comments heard it as well.
Was we doing the Estes method during this time? Maybe it was picking up static from the spirit box.
I have.
I don't think we were doing the spirit box around this time.
No.
I had my voice recorder laying right there beside of that on top of that headstone. So I'll go back into that. And
hey, Billy.
Yeah.
As our spooky division expert, could you kind of explain to everybody that may not know what the equipment is and what was going on at the time?
Okay. So the thing that keeps lighting up red is called an EMF detector that picks up electromagnetic frequencies, and it has to be over 0.4 for it to go off. So it was doing that quite a bit. The other machine that you see with the green lights that light up to yellow and red next to it, that's Monsters Unleashed K2 meter. Very similar piece of equipment, pretty much does the same thing. And the cool thing about those two pieces of equipment is that they were going off simultaneously most of the time. If one of them was lighting up red, theirs was going at least into the upper yellows and reds. Very seldom was one going off without the other one. And then on top of the tombstone, you will see what's called an ovulus. It's kind of like a spirit box is how we're using it. It can do other things as well, but we're using it as a spirit box, and that's what you're hearing saying the words. It takes the frequency, and it's pre-programmed to say certain numbers of words, and those are some of the words that's coming out randomly. Unless you really get a specific answer on that, most of the time you got to throw a lot of those words out. And then, of course, you're seeing his voice recorder there. There's probably a couple other ones that just aren't in frame because our voice recorder should have been somewhere in that general vicinity as well. And we had other cameras and stuff rolling as well that we can go back and listen to that with as well and see if we're picking up anything. But it, like I said, to me, it almost sounds like a radio a commercial that we're hearing there. So it makes me wonder if maybe we left the spirit box on sitting down somewhere after we got done doing the Estes method, or Jill was getting it ready to start the Estes method somewhere in that range. And it just happened to pick up a commercial pretty clearly for the time being. It got caught on audio is what it sounds like to me.
I can tell you for a fact, when we were recording this, y'all didn't even have that spirit box out.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think too. Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in this equipment, where could they purchase some?
So we get all of our equipment from Ghost Stop, and you can go to our page, Night Vision Paranormal on Facebook, and there's a link to that page. And I'll try to get Jill to reshare it here in a moment as well. And you can get all kinds of stuff. Like I said, in this picture, you see the ovulus there. It kind of looks like Batman ears on top of it. Down below, you saw the EMF detector. And we have several other tools that came from there as well. We honestly didn't do a great job of deploying tools that night because it was raining and we could only fit so much stuff underneath our canopy that we had set up. So we actually did go back and deployed some other stuff. We didn't have as good a luck with it that particular night as we did with y'all, but we had some other circumstances with some kids with us that may have alluded to not having very good luck with it either. But we did, going back and watching the videos, there was a lot more activity than kind of what I even remembered just from being there personally. When you watch the video, I did not realize how simultaneous the EMF detector and the K2 meters had went off together. Some of the words that the ovulus said, group and mad being together like that. And then, of course, I know you're probably getting ready to come upon the house, which is a whole nother thing as well. And whenever you would do your house, we would get the EMF and K2 meter would get stirred up, and that was pretty neat as well. And then, of course, we got the response that's getting ready to come up as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to go back to, now that I heard that, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that before because I've watched this video probably 30 times. Now that I've heard that noise, I'm going to go back to all my video equipment because, I kept my cell phone right there on the tent pole recording the whole time. and we had this phone here. Trisha was running it at that headstone. Then I had another phone that was aimed at that was recording the whole time too. So, and plus my night vision camcorder. So we have a bunch of video sources, and plus the audio recorders. We'll find out, and we'll let y'all know.
Okay. If we find something too, I'll go back and try to watch some of our stuff as well. I'll share it with you if we find something too.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this again next week, Tracy Jones, my paranormal white witch, you know her. I don't know if everybody in this room knows her or not, but she's down at the LBL tonight. She was been there since Thursday. They went through the LBL today. She said she sees a lot of stuff, and Michael and Trisha both tell you this woman's good at what she does.
Yeah, she is. We have a video of her where she was on the show talking to Trisha, and she'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
She said there was hundreds of people running around dead in those fields. And tonight, before she got ready to leave, she says, I heard the most beautiful flute music. I saw two little boys in their 70s eras, judging by their clothing, and an Indian on a hilltop. Oh, and the Nichols at the Nichols Cemetery. I saw the Madarichis of a family. I don't know what that means, but she saw some of families. She said today, when I talked to her this afternoon, I said, you're going to go meet the rest of the crew. She said, so many people in that cemetery were trying to talk to her that it actually tired her out. She had to go lay down for about 2 hours because it exhausted her. She's good at what she does. And I don't care what these people say they can see and talk to dead. I've been with this woman now for over a year, and she'll tell you stuff that'll make you cry. I mean, she'll tell you about dead people that are talking to you. Trisha's there. When she says there's that many dead people in there, that obvious in those boxes you guys had, that thing should have been going nuts.
It was going nuts. That Billy and them said that they'd never talked that much. So
she said it was like they were just walking around like they were lost families, and then she said the boys, little boys dressed like Indians from the 70s and stuff. So I don't know exactly where they were at. We can find out, but you ought to have Tracy come on the show, and maybe she can help you guys out who go to the LBL all the time and say, hey, this is what I heard. This is what you can look for. If you're looking for dead people, not, just do it.
We would welcome it. We look for everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Billy, wasn't that what y'all said, that this box had never been really that active and stuff? You'd got a few things from it and stuff like that?
We've gotten a few things from it. It's fairly new to our arsenal of tools. So this was probably like only about the third or fourth time we've deployed it. We haven't had a lot of great luck out of it being just direct communication. Probably the better communication came from that. Some of the words that came together on it came from that night. But you also hear some randomness to it too, and you just got to learn how to. Just like anything with paranormal investigating, you gotta learn how to cut out the fuzz, if that makes sense, and focus on what the equipment is meant to do and what it can do, and not always what it does, if that makes sense. Because it's like I said, it's picking up a lot of frequency, and you've got to pin down to the answers, and you're going to get some stuff every once in a while that just don't make sense, and it probably doesn't mean anything. It just happens to pick up that particular frequency for the moment. So when I went back to listen to it, reviewing the evidence, it made a lot more sense than what it did and what I remembered being there in person, if that makes sense.
That night I was zoned in on it. That night I was zoned in on it. When it started putting stuff together, and it was like it was talking a sentence to us, to be honest with you.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
In my experience so far, paranormal investigations is assigning significance to the insignificant until it's no longer insignificant. So it's like getting the fuzz out, like Billy said, and all of a sudden you start getting correlations to what you're seeing, hearing, feeling, and then it becomes significant. But there's a whole lot that goes into it until you get to that point.
All right. So I'm going to play the video now, and I'm not going to stop it anymore. But I want you to pay attention to these meters and this ovulus box and basically the whole thing, because it's telling us something at this point. And it's telling us something that's going to fall into place at the end. And it's pretty freaky.
Do you want us to leave?
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah. Heard it too.
Yeah, that went up again.
Do you like having someone visit here?
Steve did. But is the rest of the group, the rest of the other spirits here, are they mad? The group, or is it something? What's in the woods here? Is a group of them mad? Because we're here.
Nail, lead, stand, over. Raid again. Are we gonna get raided?
I don't like that.
Okay.
What's in the
wood? Beckon.
This is where it gets good.
Said nothing. I don't know why, guys. That's what's supposed to do. You're howling and then beckoning to me.
Are there creatures or other entities in the woods? Paid. Raid, beckon, baby. Is that what it says?
Did you hear that?
Whoa. Holy shit. Shut up.
There's something howling out there.
Wow.
I heard that howling out there.
Yeah, you should have been there. It was loud.
It was.
It was really close, like right over the hill. You know what gets me is now, guys. I don't know if you've seen. Well, I don't think Mark one might have shared it to you. Like when we were on a show here the other night, and we were looking at these pictures and stuff that we got and comparing them. I was live blowing them up on the screen, you know, of the Dogman images that we had got from there in Jones Creek, you know.
Yeah.
But, dude, every time I look at that thing, we were comparing that, looking at all the photos. We've grabbed all the scenes from that, you know, that area, looking at it. And how many Dogmans did we find there, Randy? 3. There are 3 Dogmen.
There's one that y'all missed. There's a tree that kind of goes like this, goes back into it. And right in the center of the tree, you can see a Dogman sitting there. You can see his face, his ears, and everything when we blowed it up. I mean, he was sitting right there looking at him.
And you know, I don't know how we missed it, Mark. And you know, we played a video of a dog man coming out of a portal. This guy had on YouTube, and you could see it moving, coming out of a portal on a tree. And I know Martin Groves talks about portals in there.
Yes, he does.
And it makes a lot of sense. Now, I have to be completely honest with everyone. I was never really big on these portal things. People were telling me portals, and I told Patricia when we first started Monsters Unleashed, I said, I'm not into this portal and interdimensional, moving between dimensions and stuff like that. I can't get into it. But after this trip, and we've got dogmen appearing in trees just out of nowhere. I had one, it was a quick flash from one tree over to the other, and it was no more. And we rushed right in there. It's in the video. We've already played the video. We rushed straight in there, and there was nothing there. It just was gone. And then as my wife's coming out taking photos, they're in trees. And we had walked, Mark, and I looked in that video, I was watching that video. We walked straight in to where I was pointing where I seen it at. We walked straight through, and I have it there where we were walking. We walked straight through under the trees that dog man was in.
And we were looking up. I was.
Yeah. We were looking all over. I mean, you know, it's... I'll see. I'm looking here to see if I've got. Thought I had those. No, I took them out of here. I took the tree pictures out. But we got this new photo right here.
Yeah.
And what's funny about this photo is these are two separate pictures here. You can see the lines, and these have the same timestamp. These were taken back to back.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shot. They were taken back to back, and clearly, you can see there were movement there. On the left, the photo on the left, it's sticking its head out. You can see its ears, its muzzle sticking out there. The one on the right there, the image on the right, you can see that it's tucked back some.
I took those October 26th. 25 at exactly 4:28 p.m. I was filming, and if you know when you're filming, you could take snapshots, and I hit that snap button twice, so I got the same timestamp, and that's the outcome of it. And that's not accounting for one of our followers found that I walked directly under, and there was something under the tree, or like up in the tree, not underneath it.
Yeah, that was taken by one of our TikTok followers. They paused the video and screenshot it and sent that to her. It was right up in behind her while she was in there that last trip.
Yeah, it was like 6 foot. The tree was about 6 foot from me, and I walked right past it. Didn't even think to look up. I was focusing on that area. We were walking into that area to the left, and it was on the right. Right as you're coming around that closed-off gate, there's a tree right there, and it was up in the tree.
Mark, that photo right there, we have the picture of that tree, but that's not in it. This isn't Ed. This isn't this dog man. That's a different tree. That's the tree that we looked at.
Right.
Okay. This one here was in another tree over to the left of that tree. If you were walking into the tree that we looked at, this was in another tree over to the left of it, and we was able to pick that tree out in a clear photo. Because that tree's made kind of weird, and it's not there. I mean, you know, those howls that were coming up. Where'd Billy go, by the way?
He texted and said he got kicked off, and he didn't think that it was going to let him back on for some reason. I'm sure he's still trying.
There he is.
There he is. He had moved cell phone.
We're going to have to glue Billy.
At least he's not standing on his head.
Yeah, well, the night's still young.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got. If you guys would like to see 2 portal pictures, I've got 2.
Oh, do you?
I don't know if you were on the show that night, but I have a lady who pretty scary. But this portal picture.
Oh yeah, you already shared those. Yeah, go ahead.
It comes to this portal opens up in her dresser, and I'm going to show you this picture up here. Can you guys see that dragon coming through that portal?
Can you blow it up? Michael?
I've got as big as I can get. You see its face
Well,
and teeth?
full screen.
Send it to me, Randy.
All right, I'll send it to you. And then also I got another one. This is really off the loom, but 2 portals opened up in her bedroom, and inside there, can you see the portal coming around that light? That's a Bigfoot going through one portal to another. Pretty crazy shit this lady has in her house. She's got pictures where I'm going to send you all these pictures so you can see them. But she's got a picture on here. You guys can't see it, but this woman don't look like this. If you look at the hands on her shoulders, she's always
fingers.
She was abducted by aliens in her kitchen. I have to think the woman's not a nut, but she sure got a lot of things, and that's taken off a camera that shoots in her bedroom. And that's her. She's crippled, so you got to remember she don't walk. This thing's holding her up, taking her back to the bedroom. So I will send you these pictures right now.
Okay. Well, back to what we were saying, those howls and stuff that was coming down out of that holler, man, they were close. They were just over the hill. And the funny thing of it is, over the hill from where we were, guess where that's at? That's Dogman territory. That's where we got these pictures. Right over hill across the creek.
And we had the crashes in the woods.
And all that one was so loud, Jill about jumped in my lap there. I felt
yes, she did.
She was scared. Let's see here. Let me move this over here. Oh, shoot. Give me a second. I'm having technical difficulties here now. All right, let's see. We got you, Billy. Stay right there. Let's see here. That's that picture.
See the hands on her shoulder?
You can see the fingers right there. That is kind of creepy. Especially if she's crippled and can't walk.
Yeah, she's bedridden.
You want me to jump off of those?
But, yeah, they kind of weird. There we go. We got 2 Billies now.
It's always something in this house, I'll tell you what.
Yep.
Hi, Jill.
You guys see the dragon come through the portal?
All right.
No,
MVP tech supports the rescue.
You don't see the dragon?
Oh, sorry. I just got back.
Michael, I sent you some pictures.
Yep, I'm trying to get to them here.
That's from the show we did on the NCI show the other night.
Oh, that one's kind of small. Why is that one so small?
If you save them, you should be able to blow them up.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I'm going to have to.
I've talked to this woman on the phone, and I've seen some really crazy things happen in her room. And it's...
All right, let's change this thing here. There we go.
I see a Bigfoot.
You see the light the bulb of light at the top right there going around it. That makes a circle all the way around, and it's coming through. It came through one portal into another out the other. I said, what did it do? Make a wrong left turn at Albuquerque? She goes, it happens all the time at her house.
Oh. That's some crazy stuff.
And she's sitting on a ley line, a lot of ley lines. I think this woman's into more than just talking to ghosts, because there's a picture of an alien, a small gray, looking around the door at her. And I was on the phone with her one night, and she goes, hold it. Click. She goes, look at this. I'm like, the hell is that? She goes, they're here. I'm like, okie dokie. I've seen ghosts on her phone when she's talking to me on FaceTime. She'll hold her phone up like this, and you'll see ghosts walk across the room. Yeah,
we got a new image for a shirt, and we're gonna be having these shirts. We're gonna be at the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival in Kentucky next year. We have a booth there, and we're going to be bringing a lot of Monsters Unleashed merchandise and stuff like that, and selling it, and getting witness testimonies. I'll have all my books there, autographing those books. So, Billy, are y'all going to come to that?
It's on our radar, but this far in advance, we don't know soccer schedules and things like that. It's hard for us to commit this early.
Let's see.
We've talked about it. It's not out of the cards, but it's not in the cards, so to speak.
How do you like that one there?
Yep.
That's pretty. I thought it was pretty cool.
I think they're still in school.
But yeah, so we had the house, and that's really when the house went off. Everything just kind of chilled out after that. And I think that Ovilus box was telling us. It told us mad group, and then it told us raid. And next thing we know, I let off that howl. But did y'all hear that snap noise? And I said, "You hear that?" And then the house went off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I just wonder if there might have been something. It said that the what was that, male lead stands over, something like that. I just wonder if we wasn't being watched there by that alpha, the alpha of that pack. I really do, and that's what was circling us, because it was like we were being circled in that cemetery. There was noises coming from the weeds all around us.
Well, that new toy you got, you'll be able to see it now, brother.
Yeah. Let me show y'all guys this. Mark, I don't know if y'all got it or not.
We were about 300 yards from where your photographs were taken that you were just head up a little while ago.
Yeah, we was. But so this is the thermal. Let me turn it on here. If it takes a second to boot.
Yeah.
I see you glowing image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glowing. And it takes photos and video. So I'm excited to get out there and use it. I took it out last night. Had the kids to go out and hide behind trees and peek out from different areas and stuff. And just to see them. And they were about 60, 70 yards from me. And I could pick them up. Like one time they would peek out from up high, and then they'd peek out the middle of the tree and down low and stuff. And you could see them as soon as their head started coming around the tree. You could see it just light up. It's like a Christmas light. So if we find that cave, Mark, we'll use this baby looking inside that cave before we start walking in the damn where.
Oh, yeah.
You can also use that before you start walking through the woods to make sure there ain't 2, 3, 4 dogmen or whatever sitting in the trees either waiting on you.
Yeah. It's
Mark's
going
not
to
like
be
there. If there's like 25 of them, he's going to just rush in there with 25 of them in there. He wants one as a pet, I'm telling you.
Now, guys, this thing right here, I got a really good deal on it on Amazon. This was $130, and it's rechargeable. It doesn't take batteries. It's got a tripod mount on the bottom of it where you can set it on a tripod. You can charge it while you're using it, so it doesn't go dead, and it holds what was it? 8 gigs, something like that. But you can also hook your phone to it and use it as a hard drive. So if it fills up, you can hook your phone to it and pull the stuff and put it on your phone and store it on your phone and wipe it clean and just keep it going if you need to. So I've been playing around with it.
I saw them use that on Skinwalker Ranch. That's why I told you to.
Yeah.
You need to get that toy, brother, because I'm telling you what, you don't know. Like that night, you didn't know that third Dogman was sitting down there in that lower part of that tree.
No, we sure didn't. But listen, if y'all want to see us play with these cool toys, something like this, we all need one of these. Every member of my team needs one. And like I said, they're $130 a piece. And the way we're going to be able to get that, I can't buy them for everybody. But the way we're going to be able to get those is our merchandise, T-shirt sales and stuff. So let me hit y'all with a quick video. And we have a sponsor. This lady does all of our merchandise. She does a great job. I know Billy and his wife do merchandise also, and we'll get them to plug their merchandise here in a minute. But let's watch this little video and just show our sponsor.
Out in Clarksville where the needles spin, you can hear that rhythm of work again. Every thread they pull is a story told, stitching legends in red, white, and gold. There's a flag on the wall and dust on the floor, a radio humming old songs of war. Cindy and Nick just keep that pace, hand in hand in a small town place. They don't talk big, they don't need the praise, just a steady hand and honest days. Every logo, every name they press, built with faith and nothing less. Stitched in legend, made with pride, thread of hope and a veteran's life. From the woods we roam to the merch we wear, Hanji's touches everywhere. Yeah, stitched in legend, thread by thread, stories woven from the things we've said, from monsters unleashed to the hearts we wed. Stitched in legend. There's a hum of a machine and the smell of steam, where craft and faith build every dream. They sew our patches and print our signs, turning wild ideas into pride that shines. From the first shirt worn to the last one sold, they treat each order like it's stitched in gold. In a world of cheap and factory made, they're the real thing that never fades. They don't just make merch, they make meaning. Every thread a memory, every stitch a promise. Can't slide solo bills gently. Stitched in legend, made with grace, hands that honor this holy place. From Clarksville light to the mountain's edge, Angus faith won't ever wedge. Yeah, stitched in legend, thread by thread, their work will outlive all the trends ahead. From the heart of the South where the prayers are said, stitched in legend. From Clarksville to woods we tread, from Clarksville to woods we tread. From Clarksville to woods we tread.
All right, there's the number, and people, y'all can screenshot your phone, or you can go back and pause this video, whatever, and get the phone number. The shirts, they're nice quality shirts. This is one that we have for sale right here. It's got our YouTube channel on it too. If you've seen any of the other images in that video and you want that shirt, all you got to do is just tell her. When you call her, tell her. She'll get it printed up, send it right to you. And it's really quick. Sometimes same day shipping. But we appreciate it. I mean, you know, we're not getting paid to make these YouTube videos yet. So we got to pay the bills somehow. But Billy, if you want to tell us about your stuff and where they can find it at and everything.
Well, so we pretty much just do vendoring. We don't have anything online that you can order at this time. Maybe one day. But we, Jill actually owns her own company as well called Autumn Breeze. She makes t-shirt designs for local sport teams and things like that. Soccer moms, baseball moms, things like that as well. And so we use that to also make shirts and so forth for Night Vision Paranormal. And we'll show up at local cons and things like the Bigfoot Festival that you were talking about. We've pretty much wrapped up this year. We did have one that was going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I think we're going to have to pull back from it due to a conflict of interest with scheduling for the kids. So we'll probably hit the vendoring hardback next year. Like I said, Red River Gorge is in our list of places we would like to go. We just got to make sure that scheduling and so forth will allow us to get there.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, they got some awesome stuff. You can see some of the shirts there in this picture. Oh, Mark's is upside down, but Billy has his on right.
Yeah.
So
we got several designs. If somebody wanted something bad enough, they could reach out to us on Facebook, and I'm sure we can figure out a way to get them something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, just hit them up, you know, Night Vision Paranormal on Facebook, and just look them up and everything. Make sure you follow them, too, because they got some awesome stuff. They're going to a lot of really cool haunted places. And I'm a little jealous on some of those. I've been looking through and some of those places y'all been. But we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark, I'd like to go sometime.
Well, we're on the hunt of this Dogman right now.
Yeah.
I'm going back in tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'll be in there.
Yeah, we're on the trail of this Dogman. We got to get Mark a sighting on it because Mark hasn't had his sighting yet.
Just my pictures. That's all I've got. I don't have any firsthand sightings, but I did hear some crunching in the woods after you had a sighting. That's as close as I've gotten so far.
Yeah, and that was a Bigfoot. that was a Bigfoot. You know, we got him on video too, watching us. You can see his head right there. I mean, I know that picture's blurry. Look, I'll tell you this 1,000 times. You're going to hear me say it every time I show a blurry picture. If it's crystal clear, it ain't real. I honestly don't believe it's real. You know, these pictures are taken by accident. And I'm living proof.
Yeah.
Because I seen it walking through the woods, and I didn't have my camera going. I was talking to Mark and Doug, and I happened to look over in my peripheral vision. I seen something moving. I look over, and I just turned my head and I look, and I see this black thing walking through the woods, and I thought it was Trisha because she had a black long sleeve shirt on. And I look at Mark. Not Mark. Well, I look at Doug and I said, Doug, what's Trisha doing walking over by herself? He's like, she's not over there. She went with Cindy down the road. And I'm like, well, what was that? And I'm wrestling, trying to get my phone up. And by the time I got it up, it was gone. But, I mean, there's no time. You're taking blurry photos, you know. And like this thing right here, we had tree knocks in the woods. It's on our video, that one of our videos there. I was coming out and had tree knocks right over my shoulder, and our guy Rob, which is in the LBL right now, I sent him that video of me in selfie mode walking out of the woods, and he's like something's moving over your left shoulder. So we go back to the video and we get that, and it's right there. If you can see the darkness, I can't put my mouse on the screen here and stuff, but if you look center screen and move up about an inch, you can see its outline right there.
And that was at the Martin Grove.
That was at the Martin Groves attack site. Yeah. Sure was. That's the same picture right there. And the really cool thing about it is, I was by myself over there. I wasn't supposed to be by myself, but I went by myself. Mark took the rest of the crew, and they went up to the right-hand side, went up the ridge there. And as Cindy's coming out of there, she seen me moving down there in that bottom. She's taking pictures. And this is her picture she took right here. And I was down there in that bottom.
Yeah.
And like, if you look real good, center screen, up about a half an inch there, you'll see this dark spot.
Yep. That's the
That
one I
dark
said.
spot right there.
Uh-huh.
She got a picture of it while it was watching me. It had made those knocks. And that's the same Sasquatch right here. The same damn one. That's just the back side of it. I mean, you get these pictures by accident. They're not standing out there in the middle of a field in the wide open posing for you. And if they are, then I question them. I really do. Unless somebody accidentally seen one move across the field. But they don't come out into the open because they're the world champion, hide and seek champion, you know. But now Donna gets out there and plays soccer with them.
Not quite. I've had things thrown at me, but
Well, we had something thrown at us too, didn't we, Mark?
Hmm.
On that third day, we went back in there to try to debunk the Dogman photos, and we were out there by the bridge, and something got thrown out there, and you said, "Give us a rock the next time."
That's what I said. Yep.
Yep.
Do
Because I want the rock. See it.
Yeah. Mark, I did notice something. I was on the NCI show there Thursday, and we were talking, and Rob Effler was talking about crystals. He was wanting to see, crystal content in that area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I did happen to mention on the video that day that we were in there, we seen that Dogman coming out. I'm like, there's crystals here everywhere. And everything. So there's a high crystal concentration right there in that holler. Right there in Jones Creek.
Maybe we need to get a geologist on our team.
Yeah. Yep, maybe we do. If anybody knows one, tell us to hit us up.
I said I got a witch y'all can rent.
Yeah, we might need her.
Get hooked up with her.
And Christian, you know she's good.
She's over there right now. She's over there right now. I tell you what, if she goes in down there in Jones Creek, her head's going to start spinning around like in the poltergeist and stuff.
She was spinning today. They said they were talking to her so bad that it exhausted her.
Yeah.
If she's still there.
If I can just speak on like a little bit of how good she is, I've never met this woman ever. Okay, and we did a show about a month ago, and this woman knew that she knew I had been through 3 traumas. Okay, my ex-husband just walked out on me and my kids. That was one. I caught on fire. No, she knew about 4 traumas. She knew about my cancer, that I had a bone marrow transplant. She knew that I had lost a baby girl. And then she knew about my family's dead husky that was apparently sitting right next to me. She told me about, my angel baby telling me that I'm going to be fine. She spoke to her and told her I was going to be fine. And she knew about my grandparents telling me I was going to be good. I was going to be okay. And that she really got to me, not in a bad way,
She told you about your dog too, didn't she?
Yeah. And she knew about my daughter's stomach issue that nobody knew. Nobody knows about, the health issues that my daughter's having. And she knew about it. And it was stuff that my dad hadn't even, found out about yet. So she's really good. Really good at what she does.
She was born a witch. She was born a white witch.
Yeah, she's amazing. She definitely helped me on some things, find some closure on certain things. And I really appreciated Tracy for coming on the show and talking to me about a lot and letting me know that what had happened to me at Mount Pleasant Cemetery, it made me feel better about the situation because I was freaked out when that happened to me. It hurt me, and I healed for like 2 weeks. So she just explained what it was, and it was a warning to me that something was circling me and what I needed to do to cleanse. And she's very good at what she does. Very good at what she does.
Well, speaking of Randy's witch and everything, Randy, you've been coming on the show now for the last few weeks and everything. So let's give you a moment to shine here. Let me show your stuff here too. You got some merchandise for sale.
Yeah, we have Channel 12 TV network. We have everything from baseball shirts to bathing suits to coffins. All our shirts are, you're buying today, they're sent out the same day or the next day. We have over 226 items. We have a 26-page catalog. It's Channel 12 TV network at printful.me. The address is right there. Channel 12 TV network.printful.me. We sell everything. You need something made, you got a place to ship it out, or you need a place that you don't have to hold anything, we will help you out with your business also. Because we do a white label drop ship, and we don't have to carry anything. You pick it out, tell us what you want, we put it on there, and it sells out of our store. You get a check at the end of the month. Like I said, our catalog's about 26 pages long, and we have over 200, I wanted to say 230 items on it. So.
And Randy, where can they find you?
They can find me at Channel 12 TV Network every day, every night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you want to get a hold of me, at Channel 12 TV Network Las Vegas.gmail.com, or you can get me on my radio station at WROK TV Las Vegas at gmail.com. You can catch us pretty much around the band. We're our 24-hour TV streaming company, and I'm pretty sure I've heard a birdie talk that Michael might be going to Channel 12. I don't know. I heard this. I can't understand. I hear a lot of things, but love to have Michael and his crew coming over there. And check us out. We're on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Channel 12 TV Network.nowcast.cc. It's Channel 12 TV Network.nowcast.cc. And we are the largest streaming company all over the world, with studios here in the United States, 4 studios, 13 stations, 2 in the UK, 1 in Ireland, 1 in Saudi Arabia, and now 1 in Australia.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, we may be here pretty soon doing a show every week on Channel 12. And we'll still have our YouTube live stream, and we'll have a recorded show that'll go over there to Randy to play on their TV station. And it's pretty cool. I've been on there. I've been on their show several times, which of course I am a member of North Carolina Investigates (NCI). And
I produce the show. We're always want you on there, and you made your team member, brother. And you're on there. You're it. You're the mad dog up there, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing Big Debbie over to Channel 12. So.
Well, for everybody though, you can watch us on over 1,000 devices. So when he comes over, if he comes over, you can watch him on Android, Apple iPhone, Fire Stick TV, Apple TV, Roku, Android TV. We own our own YouTube channel. We own Google TV, Chromecast. So we own a lot of stations. You can watch them on VOD, video on demand, at any given time. You can see the Monster Man himself on Channel 12 TV Network. And $9.99 a month, or you can do it yearly for $99.99. That's how it works out. Or you can see them. We also have YouTube. It's $14.95. We got WWE wrestling, you name it. We got talk shows, movies, cartoons, everything. We're awake channel, not woke. So you can watch this stuff with your children. But I suggest not watching the talk shows, because we do get a little.
Yeah, it gets a little wild sometimes. But yeah, and also, Randy, I also heard a little birdie told me yesterday that Channel 12 is going to have a standard YouTube channel where you're going to be able to get sneak peeks of what's going on their network.
Yes, you'll see sneak peeks, and then if you want to watch the whole episode, you can go on there. Our YouTube channel whatever's on YouTube, because we have a lot of WWE wrestling and stuff like that, you'll be able to see that after 6 months. It'll go onto YouTube or a year later. So we own our own YouTube channel, but then everything is going to come in together. And I hope Monster Mike comes over there and brings old Trish with her and the rest of the gang. Because it'd be cool to have you guys on Channel 12.
Yeah. So, Mark and Billy, if y'all want to give our viewers here how they can get a hold of you, if they have something going on, that'd be great.
Best way to catch us is on Facebook. That's pretty much the page that we work on all day long. It's just Night Vision Paranormal on Facebook. Private messages there, and we'll always respond and get back to you. We have experimented with other platforms, but right now, just the timing with children and so forth, Facebook is pretty much the go-to for us.
Our email is Night Vision Paranormal KY email.com.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I appreciate everyone coming on tonight. We've been going now for 2 hours. It doesn't seem like that long, does it?
Hey, Michael, can I say something before we air off?
Yeah, sure.
If you are a podcaster and you would like to move yourself up to an upgrade to TV, get a hold of me, Rockin' Randy, at Channel 12 TV Network, Las Vegas at gmail.com. We're looking for new shows. It could be paranormal. It could be a cooking show. It could be a hunting show. It could be a painting show. I'm always looking for newer things, and you get paid. Our station pays for YouTubes and stuff like that. Get somebody, but we pay for everything. So, if you're interested, we also have MTV that just started this week. Also, we brought MTV back, and we got the music awards and independent TV awards going. So, if you're interested, go to Channel 12 and check us out, or go to my Facebook page, Randy Stewart. You see my handsome face with Larry the Cable Guy.
All right, yeah. I guess, guys, if you would stay in the green room, and I'll be with you there in a minute.
Out where the pines scratch the sky and gravel tells no lies, there's a shadow of green in me where the roads give up and the wild begins. They call her Sasquatch, the monster Jeep, green like moss on the rocks so steep, ties thick as the stories we chase, riding tall like she's out of face. She don't flinch at a muddy bend, climbs like legends we defend, tailgate rattles with silver chains and a multi-light ball that cuts through rain. Sasquatch, she rolls through the unknown, engine hums like a cryptid groan, with monsters unleashed on the side and steel. She's more than rubber, she's the real deal. Sasquatch, green ghost in the night, leaves no print but she rides just right, built for truth and built to last. She don't run, she moves fast. We chased the Dogman, Mothman too. She took the hit when the axle blew. Up Devil's Ridge and down Lone Pine, with grit in her heart, she's one of a kind. Through storms and shadows, through dust and mud, we tread where the spirits of the wild have stood. With a howl in the distance, the owls take flight, and dreams come alive in the cool moonlight. Sasquatch, she rolls through the unknown, engine hums like a cryptid groan, with monsters unleashed on the side in steel. She's more than rubber, she's the real deal. Sasquatch, green ghost in the night, leaves no print but she rides just right, built for truth and built to last. She don't run, she moves fast. And Sasquatch grins, she's forever sublime. With every adventure we conquer the climb. Sasquatch, she rolls through the unknown. Engine hums like a cryptid groan. With monsters unleashed on the side and steel. She's more than rubber, she's the real deal. Sasquatch green ghost in the night. Leaves no print, but she rides just right. Built for truth and built to last. She don't run, she moves fast. So here's to the wild, the heart and the thrill. With Sasquatch beside me, I'm ready to kill. Every road that we blaze, a testament true. In this monster we ride.